So here's an update on what's been going on with the fleas that I've been trying to get rid of. 2 weeks ago, I decided to take an attack because we had fleas. We have about 10 dogs, 2 cats. And that's quite a combination because certain chemicals you can use on dogs, certain you can't use on cats. So it makes it a little bit more difficult. I'm winning, but I haven't won yet, and it's been 2 weeks. Literally, I haven't won yet. So I then did more research on the internet, and somebody had suggested this stuff here, which was, boric acid. So I decided to try a little bit of that, but not on the small dogs. I put a little bit on my German Shepherd's back. Bigger dogs can take more than a smaller dog. When smaller dogs go down, they go down hard and fast. So, but I didn't put much on, a couple squirts. I kept it between the shoulder blades. And they say that the little baby fleas would actually eat that stuff. But they also said your dog may get sick. She didn't get sick, but she had a hint of diarrhea because I didn't put very much on. So that stuff there I wouldn't use. Boric acid I wouldn't use at all. It just ended up giving her a mild case of diarrhea, and if I would have put a lot, I'm sure I would have ended up making her a lot more sick. So that wasn't a go. So what am I doing right now? Well, I took some more Permethrin, and I talk about that in another video. I'll have a link there if you guys want to watch it. And I put it in a spray bottle, and I went for a pretty heavy dose. Spray bottle, fairly large. I put a good ounce in, and I mixed it up. Had a milky color to it. And I thought, well, I'm going to hit the dogs with it because the dogs had a couple, not many, like they'd have like a couple baby fleas on them. No big ones. And I was like, wow, I'm winning, but not winning. So I squirted some of that on my German Shepherd, on her back, on her belly, a little bit, but I did it damp. I didn't do it like soaking wet or anything. So I did it damp. And then I made sure she didn't chew herself, she didn't lick herself. I sat there with her while she dried. Because when Permethrin's dried, it doesn't hurt anybody. So I turned around and made sure it was dry. And then I started doing the other dogs, the Pomeranians, one at a time. And that's gone well. None of the dogs have gotten sick. None of them have gotten diarrhea. I see the fleas dropping off them. I then ended up dosing the house again. I went in the cracks. I went in the anywhere I could with the Permethrin. That stuff's working. Now keep in mind, I did 2 bouts of frontline. After I treated the dogs 2 weeks ago. I literally put the frontline down their backs, which ain't cheap. Waited 2 weeks and did another hit of frontline. And I don't even know if it worked. I don't think it did. But maybe it helped. But the bottom line is they were still having fleas. So when I put the Permethrin on again, but this time I put it on the animals. Not the cats, only the dogs, because this stuff will kill cats. And now the dogs ain't itching at all. Not itching whatsoever. I made sure to also really coat the bedding, the pillowcases, all that stuff. Made sure that dried first. So that way when the dogs are on the bed or whatnot, if a flea jumps off, it'll die. And then the cats, what we did with those was we basically gave them a bath in dish soap. Really, that Dawn dish soap stuff. And they weren't happy about that. But and then we took a flea comb and combed them down really good to pull any fleas. Off the one cat, I think we pulled maybe 5 fleas. The other cat, maybe 3. We really didn't have that many. But, one flea can have, 5,000 babies. And when a flea is in the pupa stage, the baby, when they're inside the sac, literally, that's a tank. It's indestructible. You can't do anything about it. And I even read that, let's say you left your house and you decide to turn all your heat off and everything and your pipes don't freeze, and you let it go for 2 weeks in the winter. That normally will get rid of the fleas. They'll die. But the babies will literally stay put. They won't come out. They know that there ain't nobody there to eat. You could come home 2 weeks after holidays, walk around, they feel the vibration going on, and now they start hatching. Quite an interesting parasite, I'll tell you, when you really start to study it and Google it and find out the information on it. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube talking about a light, dish soap, catch them. You're catching fleas doing that, sure, but you're not getting rid of them. They breed constantly. Now, compared to what I had 2 weeks ago, no, I don't have nowhere near as much as what I had 2 weeks ago. But I still got them. And I'm still fighting them for 2 weeks later. I'm getting them under control. I mean, like I said, the cat had 2 or 3. The one dog had 2. There really wasn't that many, is what there was. But I don't want to let up. I don't want to let up on my attack. If I let up at all, they're going to get out of control again because of how many babies they have. So right now, I don't see any of the dogs itching. I don't see any of the cats itching. And, you know, a lot of people say when you see your dog itching or the cat, you'll sit back and say, oh, it's probably bites. That's why he's itching. Don't even think that. I mean, yeah, it's a good possibility it is, but don't even think that. Think about, I got fleas. I need to address that. And go look, you know, where the dog's scratching. Look. When I put the permethrin and I put it on damp on the dogs, I had noticed the fleas ran to their head. Now, I can't put the permethrin on their head. I only get it on their bodies, you know, underneath their armpits and their belly. And the fleas had enough brains to run away from it. But sooner or later, they're going to get it. They're going to get it big time. And this stuff here, this permethrin, is good for 3 months, is what they say. So, but I'm not letting up. I'm going to wait, I guess about 24, maybe 36 hours as I watch them now, because now I gave them a light dusting. And like I said, the front line ain't working, so that's out the window. Permethrin is what I'm left with. And I guess we'll just keep hitting the cats with the Dawn dish soap, you know, every 2 or 3 days, and just keep trying to stay ahead of the baby fleas that are hatching. And I'll give you another update if this is going to work, because I've really attacked this pretty hard. I mean, short from calling an exterminator, I mean, this is where I'm at. Now, I'm not telling you guys this is the right thing to do. I'm not telling you guys that at all. You may choose not to do this. This is how I'm attacking it. And permethrin, it's been my savior. The front line didn't work. I added another, I forget the name of it, it's in my other video, with the permethrin. Now, what that stuff did, and I'll put it across the screen here, it turned the permethrin into like an oil. That's what that stuff did. I thought that was pretty neat. And it just makes it stay around longer, I think. When basically the babies start hatching, because it's in an oil, it doesn't dry up so quick, and basically it's there to attack again. I think that worked. I think when I ran around the house in the crevices, in the corners with that, but you don't want to add that to your couch. I mean, it'll make your couch oily. You don't want to do that at all. So right now where I'm at is all I'm adding right now is permethrin in a spray bottle. And I put a pretty heavy dose. I mean, I put an ounce of permethrin with, you know, regular size spray bottle. So, and it's almost a white milk when we mixed it. So it's pretty hefty duty. We did all the beds again. We did the blankets, did the floors, the clothes in the drawers, the dressers, the drawers. Took the cats out, took the dogs out. Cats we washed in dish soap really good. Killed all the fleas on them. Dawn dish soap. The dogs, I took the spray bottle and I put a very damp to the dog's fur. And they're whatever left is falling off, and they're literally laying down in heaven saying, oh my God, thank you, they're not biting me no more. So that's making a big difference. It drives me nuts when I see them biting trying to get a flea. Oh, that drives me nuts. And like I said, I mean, this has been the first time in 10 years. You know, this is just really bad this year in Tennessee on what's going on with the weather. And I even treat my yard. I mean, I buy this stuff from Walmart that you spread around your yard that kills fleas, ticks, and all kinds of other things. So this is, but when this gets out of hand, boy, this is hard to get under control. When I see people putting those pie plates down and their home remedies, I'm like, I don't think these people have a clue what they're dealing with. You know, they're thinking, okay, we caught a few, this must work. No. And you ain't going to get rid of fleas in one day. It's not going to happen. So get that out of your head. I don't know what people are thinking. I've been at this now 2 weeks. Literally. I waited, like I said, I hit them with the front line, then I waited 2 weeks, hit them with the front line again, kept an eye on them. I've seen improvement, but not where I got rid of them. You know. And, but today was a big accomplishment. When I hit them with the permethrin with the mixture I made, and I dusted the dogs down damp and let them dry, I don't see them biting or going crazy now. You know, and since I started this 2 weeks ago, it's been less and less and less compared to when the dogs were going nuts before that. But I'm at the point now to where I'm thinking I shouldn't have even used the front line. I'm thinking I should have just used the permethrin right off the bat and damped up their fur and kept them from, make sure they don't lick it or anything until after it dries, because it's harmless after it dries, because that is working. And when you put Frontline on it, I mean, that's a pretty dangerous chemical too. I mean, it's not like all fresh, you know. Some people use tea tree, I don't know, all this natural stuff. I don't think this stuff works. I don't know, guys. But I'm actually feeling better when I don't see my dogs itching. And this is where we're at now. I'm going to wait, like I said, 36 hours or so. And if I see them still itching, I'm going to damp up their fur again with the Permethrin. And right now it looks like I'm dealing with the tiny, tiny babies right now, because I haven't seen any big ones at all compared to 2 weeks ago. So I am winning, but it's a really slow process on everything I'm doing. And I will update you, you know, in another, I don't know, 3-4 days or whatever, and let you know how this is going. And if I finally do beat it, is what I'll do. And I'll leave this series here for the few people that happen to watch it. But like I said, so far what's working for me is Permethrin. And keep in mind, you can't use that stuff for cats. You can only use it, well, you can use it in a room if it's dry, but you can't use it wet on cats. It'll kill them. And I've been putting it on the dogs. They're not getting diarrhea. They're not throwing up. They don't get sick. I tested it. It's fine. And I got 20 dogs I'm putting this stuff on. But I do make sure that they don't lick it and it's dry on them before I'm not paying attention to them. I have done that. So, and you may even want to put it on and hit it with a blow dryer. I don't know. But like I said, as long as that stuff's dry, you're okay. So I'll give you another update in another, I don't know, 2 or 3 days or whatever, and let you know how it's going. But right now I'm down to little babies, 2 or 3. That's about it. Frontline don't look like it worked. Maybe it helped a little bit. I don't know. But the Permethrin is basically my savior so far, and that's what is actually working. So that's where I'm at with this. Anyhow, catch you guys on the next one. Hope it helps you. Ciao.